As if almost on cue to celebrate the government's first 100 days in office, GDP growth for the first quarter of this fiscal at 5.7% is at a two-year high. This heartening data has made experts now insist that India is perhaps seeing the first cyclical upturn in its macroeconomic fundamentals. The last 2 years marked the longest spell of sub-5% growth in the over 2.5 decades. The growth pickup was mainly on account of a rebound in the manufacturing and mining sectors, even as agriculture dipped. So is it now fair to assume that Achche din are finally here? Are there still some downside risks to the economy? And what more can the government do to put India's growth back on the high trajectory? The heartening pickup in growth and its impact on India's fortunes is our top story on Business Tonight.
The clouds have parted and the first rays of the sun are breaking through, almost on cue to celebrate the 100 days of Modi government. Growth is gathering steam. GDP for the first quarter of this fiscal expanded by 5.7% versus 4.6% in the last quarter of fiscal year 2014, which is the highest in the last 2 years. Experts say the growth is an indication that the economy could be turning the corner, but reforms must continue.
Realistically, from my viewpoint, about 6.5 is something we could probably get to in a business as usual scenario. Anything above that requires very, very quick policy actions. That's really the only way to take the ceiling up.
The revival in the first quarter has been led by industry. Manufacturing, coming off a low base, grew at 3.5% against a 1.4% contraction quarter on quarter. Mining sector too showed revival with an increase of 2.1% in its growth, but agriculture has dipped to under 4% growth from nearly 7% previously. Experts say poor agriculture sector growth could be a cause of worry.
Factor that is a little worrying at this point in time. And remember, in agriculture, I mean, the spillover of the good Rabi harvest into the first quarter also helped agriculture. But going forward, I mean, given the capacity constraints and so on, inflationary pressures are likely to come up.
These are perhaps the first few signs of a cyclical upturn in Indian economy. North Bloc is now targeting growth between 5.8 to 5.9% by the end of this fiscal.
The key to getting back to a high growth trajectory will be government decisions aimed at boosting growth, considering key risks to revival like low monsoon and high inflation have diminished. Ruchi Bhatia, ET Now, New Delhi.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.